This is a Swede Speaks.
It's time to talk about last week in Islamic terror. So, let's get started with that. On Monday, April 16th, 2018, there were 16 dead and 14 injured. And among those were, in Abara, Iraq, 4 dead and 3 injured by a Fedayeen suicide bomber. In Mosul, Iraq, 5 dead and 11 injured when Islamists set off 2 bombs at a popular market. And in Raqqa, Syria, 4 dead by a Salafist bomb blast. On Tuesday, April 17th, there were 10 dead and 6 injured. And those were, in Douma, Syria, 1 dead and 2 injured by a suicide car bomber outside a rival mosque. In Miryave, Iran, 3 dead in an attack on a police post. Jaish al-Adl is suspected of the attack. And in Firuzkoh, Afghanistan, 6 Hazaras dead and 4 injured when Sunni hardliners opened fire. On Wednesday, April 18th, there were 42 dead and 68 injured. And among those were, in Dara, Syria, 25 dead and 65 injured when Jaish Khalid ibn Walid suicide bombers took out 2 rival Sharia advocates. In Balkad, Somalia, 4 dead by a roadside bomb planted by Al-Shabaab members. In Kandahar, Afghanistan, 5 dead by Taliban bombers. On Thursday, April 19th, there were 13 dead and 10 injured, and among those were, in Asir, Saudi Arabia, 4 border guards dead and 4 injured. Shiite militia are suspected of the murders. In Dara, Syria, 3 civilians murdered by sectarian rivals. In Yamra, Sudan, 4 died and 6 injured when Muslim terrorists opened fire on a village. On Friday, April 20th, there were 8 dead and 10 injured, and those were, in Diaka Velha, Mozambique, at least 2 people murdered by an Islamic terror cell. In Syed Kel, Afghanistan, 1 16-year-old boy murdered by Islamic militants. And in Pain, Afghanistan, 5 dead and 10 injured by a Taliban improvised explosive device. On Saturday, April 21st, there were 15 dead and 5 injured, and among those were, in Rashad, Iraq, 2 dead and 1 injured by Islamic bombers. In Shaparhar, Afghanistan, 3 brothers working in the medical profession beheaded by Islamic State proponents. And in Sar-e-Pul, Afghanistan, 6 dead and 2 injured when religious radicals attacked a police checkpoint. On Sunday, April 22nd, there were 81 dead and 140 injured. And among those were, in Pul-e-Kumri, Afghanistan, 7 dead and 10 injured when Islamic extremists bombed a voter registration center. And in Kabul, Afghanistan, 69 dead and 119 injured when a suicide bomber struck a voter registration center. And in Bama, Nigeria, 2 dead and 10 injured when 2 suicide bombers struck a rival mosque during prayer. So last week there were 185 dead and 253 injured. Last month, March 2018, there were 738 dead and 1,067 injured. So far, this year, 2018, there has been 3,516 dead and 4,083 injured. Last year, 2017, there were 15,788 dead and 14,360 injured. So, as we can see, last week there were 185 unnecessary deaths and 253 unnecessary injuries, all caused by Islam. This is what needs to be understood and addressed, that the root cause of all of these horrible events is Islam, proving to us week after week that Islam is a really bad idea, causing deaths and injuries in the West, in the East, in the North and in the South, causing horrible events in Islamic countries and in non-Islamic countries. And that's what I have to say about this right now. I intend to make a new episode of Last Week in Islamic Terror next week. Sadly, there has already been some Islamic terror this week too. I would like to thank everyone who supports my work, and if you like what I do, if you think what I do is important, please consider sending me $1 or $2, or 10 or 100, that's always greatly appreciated. Remember to check out my live stream on Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific Time, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Western European Time, 10 p.m. Central European Time, 11 p.m. Eastern European Time, and midnight further Eastern European Time. In my live streams, I talk about recent events and connect with my audience. Well, with you. So, until next time, have a nice day and God bless.